Yo, thank y'all for tuning in once again. Y'all already know what it is. We about to talk about what it is to be free, right? What is it to be free? So let me get the screen share up. Go ahead and get to the business. No time to waste. I know y'all got things to do, and I do too. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to what it is to be free. Free, free, free. Wrong key right there. Boom. Let's get that up there. Going back to the screen. Make this a little bit bigger for you. Now, let's deal with it. We're talking about being free. Free is, we're going to start off with the adjective. The adjective is not under the control or in the power of another, colon, able to act or be done as one wishes. Right? That means you can do anything you want to do. Being able to act or be done as one wishes, to be free. All right, it says not or no longer confined or imprisoned. All right. So let's see. On the loose, at liberty, at large, loose, unconfined, unbound, untied, unchained, untethered, unshackled, unfettered, unrestrained, unsecured. Okay, without cost or money. Okay, we know what that kind of free is. Nothing on the house, free. In the selling sense, with the sheets eased. With the sheets eased. Okay. Then we got release from captivity, confinement, or slavery. Okay. Captivity, confinement, or slavery. Now, synonyms: release, liberate, discharge, emancipate. They say we were emancipated, right? Let go, delivered, untied, unchained, unfettered, unshackled, uncaged, unleashed, spare, pardon, reprieve, clear, let off the hook, right? I'm thinking it's more like we were let off the hook from debt bondage, the debt we owed, the contract that was signed, and all that type of stuff. I think that after the war, all contracts that was done foreignly had become null and void. That's what I think. We talk about letting out the hook. We talk about being emancipated. When we talk about being freed. I'm not necessarily thinking of physical imprisonment or whatever. All right, left the hook, disenthrall. All right, boom. So let's check out a few more definitions. They like to hide them. On the loose, tethered, all that. Okay, went through all that. Historical, to be free means not a slave, right? Let's go on back up. We see how they hear some shit. You see all this stuff. We're not at the first time, right? So listen, check this out. Right, we read this one, not in control of another, and all that. And then it says able or permitted to take a specified action. All right, to take a specified action, allowed, permitted, unrestricted. Now it say of a state or its citizens or institutions. Okay, of a state or its citizens or institutions, subject neither to foreign domination nor to despotic government, subject to neither, it says subject neither to foreign domination nor despotic government, and it's of a state or its citizens or institutions. Now, from this sense, we're talking about check out some of these synonyms. Talking about being independent. Say this is an independent country. Talking about self-governing, self-governed, self-ruling, self-determining, non-aligned, sovereign, autonomous, right? Democratic, emancipated, enfranchised, self-sufficient, and manumated, right? The opposite of it is dependent. So are you independent or are you a dependent? So to be free is to be independent, to be self-governing, to be self-governed, self-ruling, self-determining, non-aligned, right? No ally, no sovereign, autonomous, democratic, emancipated, enfranchised, self-sufficient, and manumated. You see how they hid all that the first time, though? Interesting, right? Now, historically, free mean not a slave, denoting an ethnic or political group, actively opposing or occupying or invading force. Right? It's a denoting an ethnic or political group actively opposing or occupying or invading force. All right, either opposing force, occupying, or invading force. It's a force, right? But either you're opposing, you're occupying, or invading. It says, in particular, the groups that continued resisting the Germans in World War II after the fall of their countries. So they still operated as free, like the Free Dutch, the Free Polish, Free Norwegian fleets, right? Not longer confined or imprisoned, not or no longer confined or imprisoned, on the loose, at liberty, at large, loose, unconfined, unbound, untied, unchained, untethered, unshackled, unfettered, unrestrained, unsecured. Opposite is captive. Now, next definition, not physically restrained, obstructed, or fixed, unimpeded. All right, unobstructed, unimpeded, unrestricted, unhampered, unlimited, clear, open, unblocked, unattached, unfastened, unsecured, unhitched, untied, uncoupled, detached, loose. Right, the opposite of that is obstructed and attached. In physics, the word free is of power or energy, disengaged or available. Physics, chemistry, not bound in an atom or a molecule, okay. Linguistics, of a morpheme or morpheme, able to occur in isolation, not subject to or constrained by engagements or obligations, right? Not subject to or constrained by engagements or obligations. So, occupy, not at work. See, come on, synonym. Off duty, off, idle, at leisure. At leisure to do whatever you please type thing, available. All right, occupied, unavailable. Of a facility or piece of equipment not occupied or in use. All right, vacant, empty, available, spare for, okay. Not subject to or affected by a specified thing, typically an undesirable one, right? Not subject to or affected by a specified thing, typically an undesirable one. So you're free to not subject yourself to something undesirable. Clear of, without, rid of, sans, minus. All right, given or available without charge. Without charge, free of charge, you know what that kind of free is. Using or expending something without restraint, lavish. So you have to understand what kind of free it is. When they say, hey, you're born free, what, free of charge? Like, what, so you can work me for no pay? Like, what are we talking about? What kind of free are we speaking on, first of all? Right. So now it says using or expending something without restraint, lavish, generous, lavish, liberal, open-handed, unstinting, giving. Okay. Take out the arrow, see what else he got. Magnificent, about prodigal. All right. Next definition is frank or unrestrained in speech, expression, or action. Frank, meaning free, or unrestrained in speech, Constitution, expression or action. So easygoing, free and easy, tolerant, liberal, permissive, indulgent, relaxed, casual, informal, unceremonious, unforced, natural, open, frank, spontaneous, uninhibited, artless, ingenious, good humored, affable, friendly, laid back, unflappable. Okay, the opposite is strained, formal. Archaic definition: overfamiliar or forward in manner. Overfamiliar or forward in manner. Imputed, impertinent, disrespectful, right? Familiar, overfamiliar. Wow. Presumptuous, forward, bold, assertive, cheeky, cocky, pushy. And that's running inside of disrespectful. So the opposite of it is polite. So when you're being free, I mean you're being impolite. Right? When you coming at somebody else sideways, like, hey, I got the right to say whatever I want type thing, that's when you're on a whole nother level with it. All right. So it says of literary style, not observing the strict laws of form. Of literary style, not observing the strict laws of form, right? Of a translation conveying only the broad sense, not literal. Sailing, of the wind blowing from a favorable direction to the side of stern of a vessel, okay, without cost or payment. Sailing again with the sheets eased. Oh, I had already went through those. They had skipped a lot of them. All right, it said release from captivity, confinement, or slavery. Ran through all those. Release from physical obstruction, restraint, or entanglement. Remove something undesirable or restrictive from. Okay. Exempt, excuse, absolve, accept. Okay. Make available or particular for a particular purpose. Make available for a particular purpose. Now, so the origin of the word free is in Old English frio, adjective freon, of Germanic origin, related to Dutch and German, frio, or frei, from an Indo-European root meaning to love, shared by friend. Okay. Now, let's get to the next deal. All right, let's see. Now I want to go back to emancipate. I want to check out some of these key words, right? Because we're dealing with what free actually is, all this type of stuff, according to how they run it to us. So we know free also means to write down right quick, go through emancipation and all that. A little tidbit, what I think about it. One word, emancipated. Emancipated is free from legal, social, or political restrictions. Liberated. So what it says, free from legal, social, or political restrictions. Like, should nobody be able to legally restrict you, socially restrict you, or politically restrict you if you choose to, engage. Emancipate, set free, especially from legal, social, or political restrictions. All right. Say liberated, independent, unconstrained, unrepressed, uninhibited, free and easy, free spirited. And law, set a child free from the authority of his father or parents. Wait a minute. So to be emancipated in law means to set a child free from the authority of his father or parents. So is that what the true emancipation was? Where the kids told they don't have to listen to their parents anymore, type of shit. Come on up here with us, y'all can be free. Come on up to the north, come to the union. You do whatever you want to do. You be free as a bird. Come in our schools and our institutions. Come and get educated by us. You can work with us, work for us. We'll pay you. Type stuff. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. It's a transfer as property, right? Emancipate means transfer as property from a verb, meaning X out. Municipal, slave. So emancipate what? Mean what? Transferred as property. Wow. What the hell? And they say from emancipator or whatever that is, which kind of weird now. And they say from E variant of X, meaning out. So transferred out as property or like a slave, you then emancipate him. So transfer as property, slave. What the fuck? Or transfer out of slavery. I don't know how they word that shit. All right, but y'all see what's going on though. So, but here it say free, liberate, release, right? Free from slavery in law, from the authority of a parent or something like that, which is more likely. And free from this type of stuff too. All right. So let's go back and see what else we can pull up on. I think those are the main ones. Emancipate, all that type of stuff. Yeah, because in politics, okay, freedom in politics means what? Of a state or citizens or institutions subject neither to foreign domination, nor despotic government. I want to check out despotic right quick. Let's just see what despotic means. That you don't have to deal with no despotic government, which is tyrannical, basically. Okay, so despotic is of or typical of a despot, meaning tyrannical. All right, you don't have to deal with that if you're a free person, like it says in the Constitution or Bill of Rights, whichever one. You got the right to overthrow them. It's an autocratic, dictatorial, totalitarian, authoritarian, absolutist, arbitrary, unconstitutional, undemocratic, anti-democratic, uncontrolled, unaccountable, summary, one party, tyrannical, oppressive, repressive, harsh, ruthless, merciless, draconian, illiberal, demeaning, imperious, arrogant, high-handed. So it sounds like our government is like all of that. I'm just saying. And you don't have to put up with it if you don't choose to. They talking about draconian. You know what I mean? What the hell going on? All right. When you feel oppressed and all that, so you got to do this or else. That's tyrannical. Okay, you don't have to deal with tyrannical or tyranny. It's an exercising power in a cruel or arbitrary way. In a cruel or arbitrary way. A tyrant was arbitrary. Okay, see what arbitrary is right quick. In an arbitrary way. It's a based on random choice or personal whim rather than any reason or system. It's a of power or a ruling body, unrestrained and autocratic in the use of authority, right? That is your the mandate deal, like they talk about where the businesses and corporations, which is a ruling body, right? A power, and they're autocratic and they're using their authority, you know what I mean, to force something on the people. So that's illegal. That's unconstitutional. That's tyrant. Say judge, supreme ruler. Say depending on one's will or their pleasure. or pleasure, discretionary. So when they take your choice out of it, that's when they're being tyrannical. Okay, judge, supreme ruler, all that. Okay, let's see what else we come up on dealing with this. All right. Get on back. Some more. At liberty, at large, without charge, free, all that. Gonna break down some of these examples. I think that might be it for the most part, though. It might be everything I wanted to show y'all about how you don't have to take no crap off nobody, and it's understood. And if they give you crap, you got the right to stand up against it. Or just reject it altogether. Yeah, but for the most part, I think I ran through everything I wanted to talk about. I want y'all to keep in mind, talk about self-governing, self-ruling, all that type of stuff. Self-ruling of a country or region, having the freedom to govern itself or control its own affairs. So that's when you go into where the country is and all that. Just be a group of people, based on each other's culture or beliefs or whatever you have in common. But yeah, for the most part, I ran down everything I wanted to run down. So I think I'm going to get out of here. I'll let this one stay short. You don't need to be too long. Already 22 minutes. So yeah, man. What is free? We already went through it. Free is to be free from governmental control, any form, any shape, form, or fashion. You have the right to self-govern, to do what you choose or what you deem right for you. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to allow nobody to push anything on you that you don't agree with. So until next time, I'll get with y'all on the next one. Peace.